Hi, this is Marc Morrell from ToonBarn. We're here at the 50th anniversary of San Diego Comic-Con, and you've been here for many of them.
Many. Not all 50, thank goodness, but yes, many.
But you're here to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Batman Beyond, and of course I'm talking to Andrea Romano, the casting and voice director for the show.
I just loved this series. It was so different and wonderful, and unlike a lot of the series that I had done before with Bruce, Tim, and a lot of the other crew, it was an original piece, you know, so that I didn't have to do a lot of research as far as the DC universe and where does this character's origin, where did that come from, all that. This was, let's create a character, and this is what we're thinking voice-wise, and these guys were so savvy at this point, my writers and producers and everybody, directors, that they would have suggestions themselves. And so we would talk it out and just go, well, that's a good idea, but I think maybe there's another episode coming up that he's better for. And so it was very much of a group effort, the casting. And Leslie Lammers was the casting director of credit, and we worked together hand in hand to get beautiful people to come play with us.
So you had a very small main cast. You had Kevin, you had Will, you had Cree, and you had Frank as the dog, right?
That's right. The dog didn't show up all that often. Yeah. But you know who else was Dana, Lauren Tom, the girlfriend. She came in pretty often, yeah. And then Terry Garr, who was the mom. She was great. I wish she had been in it more. I loved working with her. But yeah, it was a very small cast. It's funny, I was watching the show and I was looking at the end credits, and I noticed how we did the cards, and it was Kevin and Will, and maybe a guest star, and then the next page would be all the people that came to guest. So
was it difficult to manage that many guest stars?
No, it was kind of what I did. I think coming from a really large family, I'm one of 8 kids, having that sort of experience around me all the time, that energy around me all the time, prepared me for dealing with 8, 10, 12 actors at the same time. It was kind of my youth. Yeah.
Well, this comes out on Blu-ray on October 29th.
That's exciting. Yeah. Really cool.
The whole series on Blu-ray, and then also on digital on October 15th.
Right. I'm looking forward to that.
So thank you for joining us on ToonBarn.
Nice to see you again. Thank you, Marc.
Hi, this is Marc Morrell from ToonBarn. We're here at New York Comic-Con 2019. We're talking about Batman Beyond's 20th anniversary with Andrea Romano.
Wow, it's 20 years. How about that? Yes. Amazing. Remarkable. It goes by like that.
So we talked to you in San Diego about this as well, but I want to just get your opinion on all the guest voice actors that you had. Did any of them have their career in voice acting take off as a result of this show?
I actually think a lot of them did. I believe this was Will Friedle's very first major voiceover series, so his career certainly took off after that as far as voiceover work. And lots of people that had not yet done voiceover as any kind of a regular gig found out how fun it was and then went to their agents to find other ones for me. So I think many, I can't give you any specifics, but I believe that it's true that many of those actors got into it after that.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, so with Kevin's direction in trying to get to be the older Bruce Wayne, what was your first direction for him?
The thing about voices that you learn is as we get older, gravity affects many parts of our bodies, including our vocal cords. And so older voices tend to sound deeper. And so we started by just deepening the voice, and not deepening it with strength, deepening it with a bit of air, with a bit of age, and that already made it older. And then we gave a little bit of gravel to it, gave a little texture to it, and then there was this kind of, what would you say, not necessarily bitter, but there was a bit of anger, whatever would you say, that Kevin added to the character that aged him as well. And of course Kevin was a few years older too, so that helped. But it was not a major battle. We got to it pretty quickly. We found that voice, and I knew Kevin would be able to find it, and he did.
And what do you miss most since you've retired?
I miss working with actors. I miss one-on-one working with an actor to get a performance. I miss recording sessions in general. I don't miss the business side of it. The business side was the hard part. I miss the joy of recording sessions. Thank you for asking that question.
And I want to thank you for joining us at New York Comic-Con. Thank you.
Pleasure. It's a pleasure to be here, and good to see you again.
8-time Emmy award-winning casting and animation voice director Andrea Romano.
You know what was wonderful about this show was, and I didn't remember until I just screened a bunch of them recently, the initial record, if you remember, didn't take very long at all. We could rehearse and record 2.5 hours tops. And that was because when you watch the show, you'll realize that dialogue-wise, it's not yacky. It's not talk. But what that meant was that 6-8 months later, we were going to have 4-hour ADR sessions to fill in all the
hug sessions. Hug sessions, yes.
But they were not chatty. They were not chatty shows.
Well, that was one of the other things you had to help me with was my erring.
You got better.
I got better. Because when you pull, you go, but I would just go, and I'd hear Andrea go, you're not a pirate.
Will, do you remember what your signature sound was?
Kicking hop.
Kicking hop.
Kicking
right
hop.
in the script.
It would be in the script starred, Will as a kicking hop. But yeah, I would always, no, not a pirate. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I had to learn all that. I mean, the idea of sitting there and doing hour, 2 or 3 hour long sessions where all you're doing is watching a screen and going all day was so different from anything I'd ever done before that it was incredible to sit there.
Andrea, how did we go about casting Will in his first animated role?
The truth is, and forgive me, my voice is shot, you guys, I apologize. We had done a casting and we were searching for a youthful sounding voice. Oh dear God, it's going.
Like yours.
I'm so sorry. And then Bruce Timm's wife, Marta, said there's this young actor on a show called Boy Meets World. You should take a look. And what's really cool about working with on-camera actors or considering casting them is you can see their work. You can see if they're good actors. And so we watched the show a couple of episodes and went, oh no, he's pretty good. You know, come to find out.
No, that's fine.
And then we brought him in and auditioned him with solo copy, meaning he was just reading copy that just his character spoke. And then we said, we really like him. He follows direction well, he pays attention, he seems to understand the energy, but it was key that he and Kevin could work well together. So the final callback, as I recall, was the two of you. Was that
so I had casting approval.
But is that true? I think I remember that correctly, that the two of you did, as the final callback, read together.
Yes.
Yeah,
and it was that great scene where you offer him the job, you go back to his apartment and his mom is there and you call him Terrence, which I love.
Terrence.
What do you say? Terrence. And that was a scene we used for the audition. And they really did, this current attitude notwithstanding, they really did get along very well. And they did a really good audition together, and we knew that we'd be able to make this work.
And I've been carrying him ever since.
How sharper than a serpent's tooth it is. You have a thankless child.
Shakespearean actor, Boy Meets World. Slightly different.
Need I say more?
Aw, the no-fun boy had an accident.
Let's put a smile on his face.
Leave him alone. And get off my property. You're trespassing.
Oh, is that right?
It's okay. I can handle this.
Who do you think you're talking to, old man? We're the Jokers!
Sure you are.
Come on!
Man, you're something. I've never seen anyone.